What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Double T Gaming. Today we're going to touch on some more legal news coming out of Blizzard Entertainment, and that is they're going after another vanilla private server known as Everlook WoW. This was announced by the Everlook team on their Discord yesterday, ironically the same day that new Turtle WoW filings came out. But they said, and I quote, "We have recently been contacted by Blizzard and requested to close down our servers. The claim is that we are violating their copyright by hosting this community and we must cease all operations." They go on to say that Everlook was never meant to violate any copyright or benefit/profit from this game community that we have created over the years. It has always been our goal to deliver the original vanilla WoW experience that so many of us cherish. This action by Blizzard, alongside other recent actions they've taken, just shows that they are once again unwilling to accept that many people want to enjoy a World of Warcraft experience that they have failed to deliver. I hope that Blizzard takes this huge community, all of the private server players, as an indicator and opportunity to reach a subset of players that they have lost over the last 20 plus years, instead of thinking of it as a competition. Work with these private server creators and administrators to form a union that works for everyone and respects the players who do not want to play on the official servers. Otherwise, Blizzard risks alienating a huge number of people, more than any PR or marketing could get back. And then they go on to say that Monday, September 22nd, 2025 EU time at 2 p.m, the server will be closing down. Now, me personally, I don't know a lot about Everlook WoW. I had heard about it when it first came out a few years back, but it's obviously still a popular server, with their website showing that just last week it had over 9,300 people online at one point at the same time. And if you aren't familiar with Everlook WoW, it looks to be an EU-based realm that was not considered to be Classic Plus, but went back to the original vanilla WoW with a nostalgic type of feel. And just another tidbit if you're familiar with vanilla private server scene at all, this server was tuned to the same difficulty as Northdale and Light's Hope was, and building off of that same vMango's core from back then. It was a no layering system, everyone was on the same layer at the same time. I'm sure one or two people down in the comments may have played on the server in the past. If so, leave your thoughts about the quality overall. I'd like to hear about it. But what does this mean exactly? In the last 2 weeks, we have seen two pretty populated servers get hit with some type of action by Blizzard. Now, in the case of Everlook, this is similar to what happened with Nostalrius in that this isn't a full-on lawsuit like we have with Turtle. It seems to be a cease-and-desist, and Everlook is choosing to comply with. Again, same as Nostalrius, they were sent to cease-and-desist and shut down in the hope of official classic servers, which we did end up seeing eventually. But looking over at Turtle WoW, judging from this, I think they probably royally pissed Blizzard off to bring on the charges that they have. And speaking of Turtle WoW, I did want to make one correction in regard to my last video about the recent filings in the Turtle WoW court case versus Blizzard. I originally stated that Turtle had been served with a summons and they were on the clock to respond. This is incorrect, and someone in the comments thankfully pointed this out to me. The filings yesterday were that the summons themselves are now ready to be served. They have not been served yet. And so now is the part where Blizzard tries to get them to Turtle's representatives, and that would then put Turtle on the clock. So slight mix up there, but bottom line, the ball is still rolling all in all on the case. But it's not out of the realm of possibility that Turtle had been sent a cease and desist in the past, didn't make it public, and chose to go on like normal, and this is the result of that. And if this is the case, and this echoes what a lot of people have been saying in the comments on Reddit, Turtle knows that Kazakhstan or Russia or wherever it might be doesn't care about copyright law, and they especially do not care about any type of US judgment as of late. So they know they are sitting pretty safely where they are. Will that ultimately help them in the end? I have no idea, but one thing we do know that most likely is that US team member that Turtle does have, I think living in Michigan or wherever it was, that dude's probably cooked. But again, in the official complaint against Turtle, one of the reasons Blizzard's going after them so hard is because they were so open about their success as a private server and the amount they were advertising for it. So what does this mean for the future of private servers exactly? I think there is a good chance that this might not be the last one that gets hit this year. These two could be the start of some like blazing trail that Blizzard's going to go on. Now, whether these shutdowns are meant to prove a point by Blizzard, letting people know at the end of the day they're still in charge and own WoW, which again they totally do. Bottom line, it is copyright infringement, and letter of the law, private servers are illegal, and it's hard to argue against that in court. But, and I've said this before, and I personally, if you couldn't tell by my previous videos, am pro private server. I think people should have the option to play the version of WoW that they want with the additions that Blizzard refuses to give. So this could be Blizzard's way of asserting dominance. Or on the other hand, it's not out of the question that this could be Blizzard's kind of salty get back at the community for being able to produce content that people actually love playing in Classic WoW, whether that be the style of gameplay that Everlook gives you or Classic Plus. Because once again, there is obviously a market for this. And I'm not exactly sure why Blizzard hasn't done anything with it yet. They could easily calm everything down by just announcing they have plans for official Classic Plus in the next few years and plan to work with the Turtle WoW team in the future about it. One quick statement, and I bet Blizzard stock jumps that next day. Now, if the content's actually going to be quality by them, who knows? But it sure would help their PR team. But back to what I said before, there's a good chance this isn't the last piece of legal action we've seen by Blizzard against a private server this year. It's not out of the realm of possibility that other big servers, maybe like Ascension WoW, who I think has had even more aggressive marketing the turtle, could also get hit. Now, I don't want that to happen, of course, but it's not out of the realm of possibility, because you know for a fact that Blizzard has been eyeing a server like Ascension for years. But let me guys know your thoughts down in the comments below. What's Blizzard's next move? Do you think this is a showing of them being the alpha to the whole community? Do you think other servers are being targeted right now? What do you guys think? But thank you guys for watching. This is Double T Gaming. I'll see you guys in the next video.